For those select few that are already initiated, you should already know what this is. And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we're going to get to the other stuff in a minute, but what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So before we do anything else, let me take y'all back to the monster that was me way back in 2003.
Somewhere stinking, shivering, body rocking. Boy, I hustle. I put a head on you. I'm Scarface, Godfather, something big on me. I'm all that in one. All money, man. What's your issue? Give me that work. Give me that plan. What you see me in? Paint OJ again. I'm chilling with my kin. Big cheese and got me in. We smoking cranberry. That's that red bud. I don't deal with beef. We is keep it slow. What's the dealie, homie? We got a fan of me. They drop them off, hopping fresh, hopping so clean. I hit the strip up, I'm talking Jaguars. See some titties shaking, just a comic bro. Come cool and collective, that's me. You better ask about me, how known to the really me. Make the wrong move, make the wrong step.
Yeah. We went that hard back then. 17 years old and killing everything in the studio. We was treacherous in them streets too. There I go.
Don't make the wrong move. Don't take the wrong step. Game house what I rep, so fed to the depth. Quiet as kept, creeping slow. Cinnamon swisher full of dro. With the hog is how I roll. Running hot, I leave you cold. Dipping snow in my muffler. Ducks lane, I pluck and fluff your president. Ride it WH, straight tussin' guzzler. Cause I'm a mark, ball bats out the park. I been swimming with the sharks, cause hustling after dark. Park, Panther, Park, clubs, all shucks, I'm a G. Swinging cocked up on 3, I got my hand on the knee of my heater. One cold senorita, hurry up, we on the meter. 20 blocks, getting beat up, speed up. Since we came, moving weight like a crane. It ain't hard to explain that we conquered when we came. Let it flame, take a sip, but don't make the wrong move. Cause you snooze if you lose, and plenty hoes is leaving rules.
Make the wrong move.
We stacking tall change.
Nigga, we hustle.
Nigga, we get it, man.
Make the wrong move, make the wrong step. Nigga, we got it. Nigga, we love today. Making big money, stacking tall change. Nigga, we hustle. Nigga, I get it, man. Say, I'ma show you something. Gonna keep the picture. We getting money, ain't no funny business to meet Jamaica. I'm known for getting right. Whipping it hard, whipping it quiet. I keep a tight grip. And who you messing with? I have you shoulder leaning with no shoulder to lean with. I show respect, I give respect. You show respect, you get respect. So you can move the wrong way and get whooped.
Right.
You chumps is pies and muffins. We only cookies and cakes. We talking gorillas and snakes, man. I'm smelling frogs and face. I'm from the north, man. Ride it like to whip the heart. Here come your last reward. Send your mama my regards. I'll pull your card, cousin. You bluffing lying, right? If it was bout a fight, I'd have slept it last night. A fast right to any nigga ready to make the step. Got killed while it slept, but I'm still on the live.
Yeah, man. That right there. That's Wrong Move by Game House. We dropped it in 2004 off the album That's What That Is. Yeah. We was murderers in the studio. We was treacherous in them streets. Free my brother, man. What you have going on in 2004? That's what we was doing. Don't make the wrong move, baby. What it was, y'all. Y'all already know who it is. And y'all tuned in with Priceless Knowledge of Self in this story time. And before we even get started, man, let me preface it with a whole bunch of shit. Okay? First of all, let me say that song right there is relevant because this story that I'm going to tell you is centered around me and him. The dude that was on the song with me, Fame, who I call my brother, but he's really my best friend. Okay. I'm a Cancer Sun Pisces moon. He's an Aries Sun Pisces moon. And that's relevant, but it's not really relevant. I'm telling you now, if you're looking to learn something right here, you probably ain't going to learn much other than what not to do with your life because, we finna take a deep dive and we done talked about drugs. I could even say we done talked about rock and roll because we talked about the things that I had going on in those toxic relationships and the record producer that I was with. And hey, you could even incorporate this into rock and roll, but that does leave sex. So we finna talk about it. And since we started out in 2003, we gonna stay there. And so let me set the setting for you too. Okay. And, in this story, like I said, this is 2003. At that time, I'm 17 years old. Okay. And a knucklehead, the knucklehead of all knuckleheads and one of the most trifling of all trifling motherfuckers. So you're going to have to excuse my behavior in these stories. Okay. I don't even know that guy anymore. Okay. And then, then you have Fame, who's also 17. And Fame, I might refer to him as Jonathan also. And then we also have Trordell in this story, who is Jonathan's brother, his big brother, and my other best friend. And he's a Cancer Sun and an Aquarius moon. Most definitely. With his weird ass. And the ladies in this story, I don't know their signs. And the names have been changed to protect the innocent because I don't know what they have going on in their life. As a matter of fact, I do know what one of them has going on in their life, and she's completely changed her life now. But this back then, this was trifling. And since I am an astrologer by trade, I will tie this into astrology real quick before I even get started. Alright? Because this right here, this is a perfect, glaring example of my Black Moon, Lilith, and Gemini in action in the 8th house. Oh, I got it honest, man. And there's going to be some graphics in this story, but I'm not going to go far into the play-by-play of what was going on sexually, all right? I'm more or less just going to tell y'all what's happening in the situation so y'all can understand, y'all can laugh, and you can learn from my mistakes. All right? And then you might have some shit going on in your life where you're like, man, I was crazy like that back then too. All right, so in this story, like I said, you have me, you have Fame or Jonathan, you have Trordell, and then you have my big brother, whose name is Ricky. He's a Gemini Sun Pisces moon. I just thought I'd throw that in there. And then you have my first cousin, which is like my big brother's closest family member. They're like best friends, Rodney. Who's like I said, my first cousin. They're both way older than me, like a decade older than me. All right. So that's what goes on with that. And, and then you also have Ricky's baby's mother, who, we just refer to her as Christy. And you have Rodney, my cousin's wife, and we'll refer to her as Nicole. Okay. And, and then you have life. Us being 16 years old. And so, cut to the time frame right here. It's 2003. I'm 17 years old. I just got out of juvenile. And this is where I'm just telling you this because this is where I kind of notice what's going on because I'm always aware of every situation with my Pisces moon. All right. And so I get out of juvenile hall and I had been in there for a few months. And so I'm going to visit my cousin in a little town that's outside of my hometown of Abilene, Texas called Merkel. And so I'm riding in the slab with my big brother and my other cousin, Lucky. You know what I'm saying? Who's also like the OG of my little neighborhood or whatever. And so I'm riding with them over to my cousin Rodney's house to go eat and play dominoes or something. And I had a CD that just came out and I wanted them to hear my music. It was my first song that I had ever had recorded on a CD. And so I wanted to go brag. Plus I just got out. And so they take me over here and you got to understand. Oh, this is a little country ass town. And we're all at this time living really toxic, low vibrational lifestyles. All right. Period. And there ain't no excuse. So, and I'm the most trifling, probably manipulative, fucked up out of all of them at that time, no matter me being the youngest. Understand? I got Mars in Capricorn in the 4th house. I got Pluto in the 1st house. I have my Black Moon Lilith in Gemini in the 8th house. So, it's definitely there. You feel me? It's definitely there. And so, anyway, as soon as we get there, we walk into this trailer where my cousin Rodney lives. I see Ricky's baby mama, who he didn't even know was going to be there, and Rodney's wife, Nicole, sitting at the table. As soon as I get in the door, I notice them notice me. And this is not something that I'm not used to. Like I said, I've had this swag for a long time that I got that y'all see me do on my videos, man. And like I said, I have Pluto in the 1st house. So I'm used to this reaction from people, even older people. I have been in several situations in my life where, I have been in sexual situations with much older people, whether it was for better or worse, whether you want to call it abuse, anything like shit like that had went down when I was younger. And so I noticed them notice me as soon as I walk in. And the notice that they had of me was more or less like, damn, that ain't no little kid no more. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as I noticed that, I also have Venus in Leo in the 10th house. I just turn it on more. So now I'm completely swagged up like, yeah, I ain't no little kid, bitches. And I don't care that this is my brother's baby mama and my cousin's wife. At that time, this is females and this is attention. And I don't know if you just heard me or not. I have Venus in Leo in the 10th house and I have Black Moon Lilith in Gemini in the 8th house. So I didn't give a damn. And so, and I'm my daddy's son. I'll let y'all figure that out at another time and a different story, what I mean by that. But anyway, so I'm in that bitch. They notice me. I notice them. We all have a good time. They pay attention to me the whole time. And so that's not relevant that night. It's just relevant to what's about to happen now. So fast forward, let's say like 2 months, like 60 days. I'm talking to my ace boon coon. I'm talking to Fame and he bragging to me about this chick that works at the convenience store that he been doing nasty things with. Okay. And, me, I'm young. Like you said, we're 17-year-old males living very low vibrational lifestyles. I'm like, man, I want to meet this chick because, man, this finna go down. Because I know it's very light-skinned of me. And I say that with the utmost accountability. But, Jonathan is as black as this right here. And, he usually doesn't handle himself well with ladies. He's an Aries sun, Pisces moon, and he starts out all right. He's not afraid to, like, say when it's me and him, right? Let me put y'all in perspective, right? Say when it's me and him, and I know I'm getting off track, but when it's me and him, and we see some girls at that time. We're in high school or we're at a show because we did rap at the time together. You know, when they come up to us or if he can approach him, he's going to do the approaching. All right. Because he's not scared. Like I said, he's an Aries. So he going to go shoot his shot, but he don't know what to do or what to say or anything. He get there and he just like, yeah, here I am. And then here I come. I'm a Cancer sign, Pisces moon, but I got Libra rising. I don't know what his rising sign is, but I got Libra rising. So then I come through and I do the talking for us and I look like I look and I got that swag and all that. And, you know, it's done. That's how we get our thing accomplished together. So he's telling me about this chick at the store that he talking about he done went in there and, you know, got some head in the freezer. And he talking about he done went in there and, you know, she talk about doing all kinds of stuff with him. And he talking about she has a home girl that him and Tordell been talking to. And I'm like, man, I'm finna come over to your house tonight. All right. And he said, bet. And so we get to his house that night, right? It's just me and Fame. He like, let's walk to the store, cuz. So we walk to the store. And as soon as we get into the store, the chick in the store is my cousin's wife, Nicole. And I'm like, oh. And she see me and she immediately kind of, now that's my cousin's wife. She like, oh, she can't act however she been acting with my best friend, not knowing that that's my best friend. And I'm like, I don't give a damn. First of all, y'all call me wrong, whatever. Back then I had a certain player mentality that, hey, whether she cheat on him or whether he cheat on her, that's not my business. I'm not going to say nothing to either one of them. And so as soon as I got a chance and I saw she was acting funny towards my best friend, and plus I didn't even like my cousin Rodney. I was forced to be cousins with him. This is my best friend. This is my, you know, hey, look, man, I'm a Libra rising. My descendant is Aries. You know what I'm saying? This is an Aries. I'm Pisces moon. I have a Pisces moon. I'm a Cancer sun. You know what I mean? That like, there's some karma there. That's my ace boom coon. He's finna get out of prison in just a few weeks and I'm gonna make sure he's all right then. That's period. And when he's been in there, I'd have made sure he's all right now. Period. That's my boy. All right. Let's just get that established. So I had to pull her to that. As soon as I started acting funny towards him, even though I'm 17, I knew how to handle that situation. I go tell her on the cool, like, hey, Nicole, I don't know what y'all got going on or whatever, but hey, your business is your business. All right. I'm not going to say nothing about your business. You know what I mean? I said, that's my best friend. And plus, you know, I gave her a look like, because that black moon Lilith is working in my mind, like, okay, you can manipulate this situation because now, she gonna want to have to exclude you in the situation. Like, because, I mean, she's gonna want to include you in the situation or she's gonna cut that out. Like, you're gonna see what she's made of at this situation. And if she's made of that, then your trifling ass might as well try to get at her too on the cool. I know. I needed Jesus. Or whatever it is. But, so, I tell her that and she kind of, okay, or whatever. She don't, they talk after I leave out the store. I leave out the store, I let them talk, and then I go on about my business. And so, fast forward to like 3 days later. Now, we're in Tordell's room. Tordell's home, his big brother. And me, Jonathan, and Tordell. Tordell's like 3 years older than us. So we're 17, Tordell's like 20. And like I said, Tordell's a Cancer sun, Aquarius moon. But Tordell's probably, like he's built like a professional wrestler, man. He's like 270 pounds. Back then he was probably 250. Solid muscle. I mean, about 6'1", solid muscle. You know what I mean? Some lighter kind of hazel colored eyes, even though he's a full dark dude. He's a good looking guy to a lot of females. All right. And he's a football star and girls love him. But he don't give a damn about that. That's an Aquarius moon. He does not want to get intimate with nobody. He loves all his friends and he hangs out with his friends. He loves to play video games with his friends to this day. Man's almost 40 years old and he does the same thing. He does not care about intimacy. He'll be there for anybody. If you don't have anywhere to live, you can go stay at his house, but he don't give a fuck about no intimacy. But girls love him. So that's my other best friend. So we over there smoking weed, chilling and shit, doing our thing. And Jonathan calls up Nicole. Nicole is with Christy, my brother's baby mama. And they over there, and they don't know I'm here though. They don't know I'm with Jonathan and Trudell. And they talking big cash shit sexually to each other. Oh, do you know I do this to you? And oh, do you know I do that to you? And oh, nigga, I suck your spine through your pee hole and all that crazy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, bitch, I knock you out, have you clapping with your feet and all that shit. They talking that crazy hood shit to each other. All right. And I'm like, what the fuck? But they just talking. And I remember how they was looking at me when I showed up that night to dinner not too long before that. I also remember that it was Christy, my brother's baby mama in particular, was like, that ain't my little brother. You know, that ain't my baby daddy's little brother no more. Like, that nigga fine. And like I said, I have Pluto in the first house. I have the Black Moon, Lilith, and Gemini in the 8th house. They was talking about it. So after they got so much of talking, so much testosterone had built up in me, and, you know, the Cardinal King in me, I just snatched the phone and said, look, man, I said, before y'all get off the phone, and get scared, man, look, this Roger. And I said, nah, look, Nicole, I done already told you. I said, hey, plus, you know, I just started talking that fly shit, you know, and I just told her basically, look, man, I saw the way y'all was looking at me, especially you at your party. I was like, why don't y'all just let us come over there? Y'all doing all this talking. Why don't you just let us three come over there and we'll see what's up? We'll smoke and drink and see what happens. And, after a little bit of golden, they were like, yeah, y'all come on over here. Okay. And so, we head over there. We go over there. And I don't even know if I was 17 yet, because I don't know if it was summer yet or if it was after that. It might have been that summer. It was the summer of me turning 17, either way. But, we go over there. As soon as we get over there, they drinking some alcoholic beverages because they are way older than us. We smoking weed and drinking with them a little bit. But, you know, Trudell, he goofy. He don't, like I said, he don't care about intimacy. He doesn't care about any sexual situation. If it happens, like, he would have been cool with it. But other than that, like, he just wants to smoke weed and he wants to see what type of electronics they have in their house. See if they have a video game system he might can hop on. You know, he just wants to go eat up snacks, see if they have snacks. You know, we're kids. He's 20, but he's very, very young in his mentality. And so, yeah. And so, we're chilling and shit. After a few minutes, I noticed that Nicole is no longer in the room. Like, she done took off. And she's in the back. And so, while everybody's talking and Christy's laughing with everybody, I kind of slink off myself. I dip out of the room. I act like I gotta go to the bathroom or something, but I get up. You know what I mean? I know what I came for. And so, I get in there. I go, I look, I find her. She laying across the bed on the phone with somebody in the back room. And so, I just go in there. I lay down on the bed. I just start kissing her. And then, you know, I ain't gonna go into detail, but basically, not 30 seconds after that, it's going down. All the way down. I mean, it's going all the way down. Well, I can't even say all the way down because it's about to go all the way down. Because, we start getting it in. We getting it in. I don't know. A few minutes into it, the door opens up to the room. Boom! Christy comes in. And she like, bitch, I know you ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she's playing, but she, you know, oh, you fucking slut. You know, she's talking, but really she's about to join in. Really, she's about to join in. So she comes over there and sits on the bed while and then not long after that, here come Jonathan and Trudell. And see, the thing is, like I said, Trudell, he don't really care, but Jonathan, he don't need much. He's an Aries. He don't need much initiation. He just saw me had it going down. He just went over there and declothed or whatever you want to derobed, and he went to taking over. I actually got off with Nicole and started messing with Christy. All right. And so, yeah, my cousin's wife, my brother's baby mom. And so, yeah, we was trifling. And so, and so this is going down. Now I'm in my part of the bed with Christy over here, and Troy has now finally got into the mix. Him and his brother are over there with my cousin's wife, with Nicole. Yeah, it's going down like that. And so, I don't know, 5 minutes goes by. I don't know how long goes by because, you know, we were in the throes of the moment, and Trudell's done. And he goes over there, sits in a chair, butt booty ass naked, fucking Aquarius, and lights up a joint, starts smoking. He leaves the room. I notice him come back 2 minutes later while me and Jonathan are over here. Basically, you know, we done like that. I'm now, even though I started out with Nicole, I ended up with Christy, and I've stayed with Christy by myself the whole time. And, you know, I was getting it in with her like that. And then Jonathan, he was with Nicole. And so we done paired up. Trudell, he done took himself out the equation. This motherfucker's over there eating cereal in a recliner, looking at himself in the mirror like that. And just rolling back and forth. Alright, so I don't know how long this goes by, but we're all in there. It's a fandango. And so, however long goes by with us getting it in like that, I get finished. And so, I stand up, once again, butt booty naked. I stand up, and I'm now looking at Jonathan, who's still over there going hard with Nicole. And they done got off the bed. They actually, he got her bent over the dresser, and he over there from behind with one leg up. Just keeping it trail. And I go over there to them, and I hit him in the back, or just not hard, but playing like, bam, I pat him on the back or hit him in the back like, tear that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm talking shit to him while he's getting it in with this girl. I'm like, you ain't shit. You think you're going harder than me? And I'm just talking shit to him. And right at that time, we heard the sliding door open up. We heard, shoo, and we heard my cousin Rodney's voice say, Nicole! Oh. I jumped into I ran into the bathroom. Trudell, Jonathan, we all ran into the bathroom. Boom, I jump into the bathtub, close the curtain, butt ass naked. I'm in the bathtub, laying down. Trudell is leaning against the door with his forearm against the door like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, looking at us. Jonathan back there putting clothes. He's in between us. Like I said, I'm in the tub. He's by the toilet putting on clothes. He putting on clothes. Oh shit, cuz. And we hear outside the room. We hear my cousin come in the room. Then I hear my brother's voice, which I don't know what the fuck he's doing there. But Rodney comes in and said, "What the fuck y'all doing?" So he come into the room, and as soon as he come into the room, he like, "What the fuck?" And the first thing he said, "Y'all bitches gay?" And I can't really hear what they're saying. I'm panicking now. I'm over there hyperventilating in the bathtub like, oh shit. Cause this is my cut. Like, I shouldn't have been doing the whole ass shit, but they out there now. And so then I hear my brother like, oh nigga, you trip. Chrissy, what y'all doing? And then it gets even worse. I hear my cousin Lucky, who, I ain't gonna lie, this is the OG of not only, my cousins, but like of the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? If I'm saying this is a gangster. And, you know what I'm saying? Then I hear Luck say something. And I'm like, what? And then Rodney tries to open up the bathroom door. And he's little bitty. Understand, Rodney's probably 5'4", maybe at his tallest point, maybe 122 pounds, soaking wet with rain boots on. And so he tries to walk into the bathroom, but Trordell, who is 6'1", 250, solid muscle, is leaning against the door. But Trordell, I guess wasn't expecting to do that, but Rodney pushed the door to where it got open about this much. And he could see Trordell and Jonathan. He can't see me because I'm in the shower curtain. And as soon as he sees them, he's like, what the? He screamed, he cried. He said, oh my God. He said, Ricky, it's some young niggas in there. And he started trying to push the door open, but he ain't gonna get that. Now that Trordell has braced himself, he's not getting that door open. All three of them could have tried to get that door open, but they weren't gonna get that door open. But we're still trapped in a bathroom in an apartment with no motherfucking window. I'm in the tub, butt ass naked, crying. I'm crying. You want to feed into the cancer stereotypes? Okay. But I'm crying. Jonathan opens up the curtain. But nigga, what the fuck you crying for, cuz? I said, nigga. He said, nigga, we finna have to fight our way out of here, nigga. I said, nigga, y'all finna have to fight y'all way out of here. I said, y'all finna have to fight y'all way out of here. Then my cousin, that's my brother out there. I said, nigga, they gonna fight y'all. They gonna kill me. Hell no. And Trordell just looking at me like that. He ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? He just looking at me like that. Like, the way he is, he probably wouldn't have he would have protected me. But Jonathan is we're here. And he looking at me, he said, nigga, you better get your ass up and fight, nigga. And I said, okay, give me my clothes. And I opened up the curtain to look. Man, tell me why this nigga Jonathan had my whole fucking outfit on. Head to toe. His clothes are out there in the room with them. This motherfucker got every article of my outfit on. And I said, nigga, you got on my clothes. Give me my clothes. He's, no. Hell no, nigga. He like held the shirt down. He said, hell no, nigga. You not getting this shirt. Man, me and him start fighting in the bathroom. I'm naked. He got my clothes on. Trordell's holding the door. Somewhere after that, and I'm gonna let you know, I didn't win. That nigga, man, his hands is harder than motherfucking concrete, man. He has the hands of a roofer, been having the hands of a roofer since he was born, man. He's faster than me. He hit harder than me. He gave me the bee's knees, man. But anyway, by the time we got done fighting with each other, Trordell finally had to let go of the door and break us up. We went out there. My cousins was gone. And the chicks, they shook. They done got slapped up, which is messed up. And they didn't took some L's in there themselves. So we go, we get together, we get up with each other, we climb out the window, we get in Tordell's lap, we leave. That should have been the end of the story. But it happened. So, fast forward like 3 or 4 days later. Me, Jonathan, and Jonathan's little brother, Showtime, or Josh, we're all sitting there with this white dude. What was that white dude's name? Chad. We're sitting there with Chad, and we're telling Chad this story of what just happened to us just a few days before this. And you know me, I'm telling y'all the story now. So and this was right after it happened. So I'm animated. I probably done forgot a lot of shit that happened now. So I'm going in, I'm telling him the story. He like, what? And he just laughing. He thought it was the most hilarious thing in the world. So, fast forward. Say 4 days, maybe. Not a whole week. I'm sitting in my room. My daddy come in my room and get me. Roger. Hey, Roger. He come in there. Ooh, Roger. He said, Rodney just called my phone, Roger. He said he on his way over here that y'all got to fight. He finna whoop your ass cause you done fucked his wife, Roger. What the fuck? I looked at my daddy and I said, what? He said, Rodney is on his way over here. And he said he gonna whoop your ass because you done fucked his wife. He said, Roger, did you fuck that man's wife? I said, I didn't answer my dad. God damn, Roderick. Was it good? I said, Daddy. I said, it wasn't just, where's on my beard, John? Sorry. I said, it wasn't just Nicole, it was also Christy's. He said, oh, you, Ricky, that's my brother. Ricky gonna whoop your ass. I said, Ricky ain't gonna do shit. And so, to make a long story short and to sum this up, real quick, what happened was, my cousin Rodney showed up. We got into it. Fortunately for me, my cousin Rodney is a crackhead. And unfortunately for him, he got beat up and, what happened to him. So that didn't work out in his favor. But I did find out that what happened was, remember when we was telling that story to Chad? Well, Chad works at Chili's. Rodney works at Chili's. Chad done went to work bragging, telling this story to all his coworkers. And, the go around came around. And he heard a story at work that he didn't want to hear. And it made everything make sense to him. And, yeah. There's many more stories and situations that would arrive because I have the Black Moon, Lilith, and Gemini in the 8th house. And just starting that right there with Nicole and Christy, that actually opened up a whole world of other, freaky encounters and freaky tales with country gals that we had going on that maybe I'll share with you. But let me also say that That was some trash ass shit on my part. I laugh. Nah, that was trash. I'm ashamed of myself, man. Like, are you serious? Even if it wasn't my family, they're married ladies. They're out of line too, but I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about me. See, I can say, oh, that's the perfect example of Black Moon Lilith in the 8th house. And I said it with a chuckle because that's something I have to deal with. That's my plight in life. But, that's not a good thing. That's the dark part of me that I'm trying to work through. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be a piece of shit forever. Alright? Because no matter who the fuck I was back then, I don't know him. I don't know him. I would slap the shit out of my 17-year-old self. I would hate that dude. At some point, I decided that identity didn't serve me. And that's one of the beauties of having Pluto in the 1st house right there. Because when I want to change, I'm going to change. It's retrograde too, so I'm going to change internally. But we had a hell of a time living in those nasty lifestyles, man. We had a long run. And it's cool to look back and reflect on it. It really is. But never forget that it ain't too late to switch the whole narrative. Never forget that just because you built like that, you don't have to build like that. If you was trifling, if you was manipulative, if you was a hoe, if you was a drug addict, if you did your people's dirty, you can let that shit go. If you was a thief, because I've been all of that. And I swear to the lifestyle I live today is crazy. Because I couldn't even imagine doing those type of things that I did back then. When I tell these stories, it's like I'm talking about a whole different character because that is one. You feel me? It is one. This is the time you should be hitting that like button. This is the time you should be hitting that like button, man. And y'all cut me some slack. I was 17. And y'all just heard me speak on what my daddy told me. I didn't exactly have the best guidance. If you have an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other shoulder, my daddy gonna be the devil. Oh, my pops is a horrible father. Pretty cool friend. But a horrible father. And he wasn't put here to be my friend, unfortunately. So I've learned everything the hard way. That has everything to do with me having my son in the 9th house. And me having Saturn in the 2nd house. Saturn and Sagittarius in the 2nd house. I have to learn valuable lessons the hard way. But hey, I'm better for it. Just remember, just because you built like that, you don't have to build like that. And hey, this was just a little old Saturday morning story time because I didn't have much else to do right this second, and I just felt like telling y'all a little bit of my business because I had seen that my Ace Boon Coon's about to get out, and then I was listening to His and I's music, and I was just, in my feelings in a way that a Cancer would be and being nostalgic. So I put y'all up on game. I told y'all a funny story. But in telling y'all a funny story, I also let y'all know a valuable lesson that you ain't gotta be trash your whole life, man. Like, I can't even fathom the type of dude I was. Hey, this been some priceless knowledge of self, man. If y'all fooled me on any level at all, hit the like button. If you're interested in any astrological readings whatsoever, you can either hit me up in the comments below, which is really not my preference, or you can email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. And let me also say that for those that are hearing this, we got Mercury going retrograde here in 2 days. All right. So for a limited time only, since we know, and this is Mercury retrograde in Libra, so this could definitely have some relationship issues. This could have some things crop up that you might have to look at again that you didn't necessarily cover this last little old 3 weeks or however long you want to look at it. But you got an ex coming back into your life. If you want to find out if the person you with is the one, get at me, because right now I'm offering $60 synastry readings for a limited time only through Mercury retrograde. While Mercury is retrograde in Libra, you can hit me up for $60 synastry readings, which is a very reduced rate to what I usually charge. Find out if that's the one. Because I'm going to tell you about your energy. But the true lessons of compatibility, it's up to you. I love y'all. Keep it real till next time.